Hello, and welcome back to the Second-Hand Fate. Strength. Shall we go with this one?
The Empire
Let's do
is
it.
falling apart. It even turns against itself, even as it destroys the world around it.
Who's the companion? Malaclops. Very well. Oh, look at that. We have an actual encounter. 2 platinum cards. And it's 2 out of 3. Dark Allies. What do we need for that? Trade food, Malaclops. We need a lot of food. Let's go with this one. Equipment. We still have quite a lot of equipment here. I do prefer to have equipment that actually has tokens with it. We have plenty of equipment. Gambler's Jew. The Ring of Food. Go with that. Let's go with this ring. Don't know what the Thief's Folly does. I don't know. Mask of the Folly Fortune. Of course, I'm gonna take this one as well. Finally, supplies. We're always going with food. We don't know what that actually does. Should I get some weapons then? Oh, we're gonna keep this one.
It seems you too are hasty. Here is our evidence of your eagerness to leap into difficulties you cannot face. You must know yourself, hone yourself, sharpen your wits and your sword against the challenges ahead.
Okay. The bitter taste of blood is the first indicator that you're still alive, blind and disorientated. You make out a voice calling to you. A pair of hands shake you upright. Wake up, coin slave. As you open your eyes, you see Malaclops leaning over you, looking the worse you wear. What happened? Malaclops gestured towards me to be quiet. He pressed his back up against the boulder beside me and grimaces, holding his side. As you hear Claire's booming voice echoes out from the deep and the foggy marsh. Oh, where have you crowed, jester mice? Let your insides be gut and bone be crunched. You peer around the rock to form a mist, step on ogre 3 times as tall as a man and with a lumpen, vicious face. His one good eye darts about widely as he surveys the area, hunting for something. The ogre grounds and scalps up broken shining trinkets from the ground, splashed red with blood. Ruined with your dirty blood, wretched cut purses. Riven in two, his great hideous face turned red. If thou listen here, I will find twin, and I will eat thine eyes. The ogre lifts his club and smashes a tree trunk in anger. The tree cracks and crashes to the ground. As the darkened, the ogre turns and disappears back into the mist. Malaclops grimaces and holds his side, attempting to hide the severity of his injuries. Here you are injured, eat. He throws you a medical herb, bun. Weak to the bone, you gradually take the bite. and the bread turns to ash in your mouth. With a sinking realization, you pull the other half of the ogre's trinket from your pack. Sure enough, you feel wrongness emanating from it. Half of Edison's charm. A stab of hunger hits your stomach. There is only one thing for it. You must steal back the other half from the ogre that almost killed you. The closest town is Dustbeer, Malaclus whispers hoarsely. We cannot hope to defeat an ogre now. Summoning your remaining strength, you lift yourself to your feet and stagger to town. Okay. That wasn't great.
I admire that you have other skills beyond violence. Yet, if there's one thing that the usurper has taught me, it's that violence can sometimes answer questions that otherwise have none.
The sun was warm. Rays do little to lift my spirit as the mosquitoes fly torment you. To avoid the swelling bog, you pass on higher ground and happen upon an old road through the marshed land. To the left you take out a group of Empire Brigadiers taking shelter by the side of the road. Okay. You check the path to the right, you hear a distant sound of a group of raiders squabbling in the northern tongue. With no other safe path through the mire, who do you fight? Let's go with the Empire ones. The hum of mosquitoes flies off the air as you ready yourself for combat. So what weapon do I have? Because I noticed that it's a two-handed heavy weapon. Oh, it's just a rusty axe. Okay then.
Don't let them hit me! I'm too handsome for violence.
Okay then. With the brigands defeated, you notice that they are guarding some equipment hidden off the path of the mire. You slide down to bag the treasure.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Can't believe that actually
Well
worked.
done. You continue to impress.
The ring of
So
food.
much magic comes down to simple needs in the end, don't you find?
Successfully collect the prize and continue on your journey. I don't know if this ring is actually going to do any good.
You must be ready for whatever will come. The usurper will give us no warning.
A slight rustling in the reeds as though warning you get that your life is in grave danger. Been ambushed? Oh, I should have actually changed my weapon. Oh, is that it? Those two?
This works!
Somehow I thought you'd be a little bit more of a challenge. My mistake for overestimating you. The thug stopped. You searched the area for supplies. Food. That's it. Should ask for longer life or supplies. You know what? Can ask for supplies. They should sustain you for a few days, she says, squinting at you with tired eyes.
Push forward towards your final confrontation.
You find your way out of the mire and onto the road to despair.
Too many words obscure the actual truth of the matter. Sometimes simple actions tell all.
Approaching Dapriar's gate, you notice a woman of enormous stature, dressed in blue tunic and leather apron, 3 smithing hammers hands from her waist. The woman rushes forward and embraces you, burying you with her chest. "Gods be praised," she cries. "I thought you'd be surely dead." She released you and looks you up and down. "Look at you," she says before you can get a word in. "That foul beast didn't hold back now, did it?" She whips around the face to your companion. "Bard," she bellows, "I told you to keep her out of trouble. You should know better than to steal from the ogre." Malcliffe shrugs and winks, then winces from his injuries. "Okay, who are you?" "I am Ardeen, the blacksmith's daughter," she says, surprised. "We met at the Black Ape Ale pub the night before you set off to steal Endress's charm. I almost broke your wrist arm wrestling, remember?" "Okay, what is Edesia's charm?" She spoke at a broken Normand, gingerly. "Forgive me if I don't take it. The curse of Elrond's charm only affects the wielder. If it makes you feel any better, the ogre is probably starving now too. From the looks of the silver work, this is an old relic indeed." As she pauses from breath, you seize your chance to interrupt. "Drunknar," she says, or Drunknar, the Mighty, as he is known. He lives in these parts of an age. He has lived in these parts for an age. That's a weird sentence. "Many have tried to fell the beast before you two misfits, that's for sure," she explains, "but few live to tell their tale. The ogre is notorious for ambushing travelers and traders alike. Not even Empire soldiers are safe in these parts. Accumulated a wealth of treasure plucked from the victims, including that cursed relic you now have." She pauses for a breath, and you seize your chance to interrupt. Regina shakes her head. "One blow of Darken's club would crush you. You wouldn't survive it unless you're a good set of armor on you. Listen, I help run Traveling Forge. It's currently heading here." Okay. "Come see us, we'll sort you out with some good and proper armor." A piece of Eresia's charm weighs heavy as you pick. You wish to fly it into a mire, but some strange magic stays your hand. Starving and injured, you rest wild in town. A masked bounty hunter sits motionless across the table for you. You prepare yourself from the 4th round of the competition. Need at least 5s. There is very little chance this can happen. Wow, that's even worse than before. But we get 1 5. Your masked opponent shows no sign of celebration despite their win. Take a lesser reward for losing the competition of strength. When you return, a new contest will begin.
Every city has places that the civilized would be better to avoid. Of course, that's also where you'll find the most interesting people.
While roaming the dark alleys of a capital, you see a suspicious group of travelers in your direction. You're dragging a locked chest behind them, its content unknown. In the other direction you spy an item glimmering in the moonlight. Marksman's Bane. As Malaclaps is with me, I actually have a little bit more of a chance to survive with his special ability, though I should still be very careful.
We could have simply walked away, but no!
Okay. That was actually kind of close. Wow, what's up with your hand, dude? For fame? Keeping the life? Okay, 12. Not bad. Now let's equip these things. Definitely better than what I currently have.
Can you claim this token?
Come back later, mate. Actually, I'm gonna unlock this, then I'm gonna come back. Right, Swampland. Disoriented and slowly in the bog, you spend another day finding your way back to the path. Consume one more food. As you scramble up a path, a booming voice echoes over the marshland. It's Drunknar. Hide thy barrel, little mouse, I can smell thy blood. Oh, thank you. With luck of your side, you lose Darkrun in the Morses and double back trail. You continue towards Blackwater without delay. Spend several hours in this company until he's satisfied that you have nothing else to add. Okay, I don't know how much map we need to sell him. The King's Road.
Perhaps you can gain the tools you need for the road ahead.
A column of smoke and clang of metal are the first signs that you are in the right place. As you round the bend, you see a forge outside the gates of Blackwater. You spy your new acquaintance, Ardessa, assisting a blacksmith on the bellows. Ah, there you are, Ardennes says, with a smile. She removes her gloves to wipe her brow. These are two I was telling you about, and theirs. She says to the blacksmith. I almost broke this one's wrist in an arm wrestle. So I hear you want to fight an ogre, the blacksmith says. My specialty is improving armor and helms, and the like. Let's go on improved armor. He handles meteor armor and he begins to examine the item properly, inspecting every joint. Yes, I can certainly improve this one, but it will take several days. I'm heading to Cottonmore. Meet me there and the job will be done. Oh, if you bring another item to me there, I'll see if I can improve that one as well. Thank Anders and continue on your way. The day's travel is slow and long, the sun rays gone. A chill fills the marshlands. To avoid the swelling bog, you pass the higher ground and happen upon an old road through the marshlands. To the left is a group of cloaked thieves blocking the road. You check to your right to hear a distant sound of a group of raiders squalling in the northern tongue. Well, let's go with the bandits. The East Wind gloves have been set to imperial tasks, so ceremony. For century now. Okay, sorry about that.
By sea and sun, fate and fane.
Damn it! I was trying to get to Maraclub so we can boost my shield again. My mistake there. No worries, we still won. Such a pathetic display. Ah, there we go, a little bit better.
Nations hold themselves in such high regard. The Southerners raise themselves in contrast to their neighbors, and so the distances between us continue.
Okay, more swamps. Oh, not bad at all. With some luck you find your way through a higher, dirtier ground. Back on the path, you continue your journey. Frost Shaman. Well, let's fight the raiders, I'm actually curious.
I hope this works.
That's an unfortunate shot right there. Oh, damn it. It's with those twos I always throw.
Kneel if it pleases you. No one will listen.
Bloodied and bruised from your adventures, you learn of a remote shrine hid in the mountains. It is revered amongst the local peasants for its remarkable healing properties. You collapse before the shrine and reset the god to take pity on you. Nice. Sunshine appears through the back of the clouds to bathe you in a radiant glow. For 2 food, that's not worth it. This one's worth it though. Anders greets you with a smile. Ah, there you are. We're just about to leave. You must be wanting this. Oh yeah.
Simply the middle road.
The smith workmanship is extraordinary. The armor feels stronger than it once was, yet its weight remains unchanged. Yes, I can certainly improve this. If you bring another item, yeah, okay. We also need a helm from somewhere. More swamps, wonderful.
Games within games.
Wow, that's
within
awful.
Games.
You know what? Let's see how far you can go. 11. Nice.
Alchemy is one of the pure arts. That says little for its practitioners, however.
Okay. Alas, I have yet to prove that such a thing are indeed possible, he explains. No matter. Say, would you care to assist me with my experiments, okay? Very well, let's begin. Take this jar and place its contents in the breaker, he says as he dips his quill in an inkwell and prepares to write. Remember, you must keep the elixir pure. Take a jar from the shelf and unscrew the lid.
Here we see yet another wheel, each different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Okay, are we... Don't know what that does. The jar contains a collect of blue mushrooms. You place one on the bucket and dissolve instantly. The clear liquid gains its faintest faint of blue. Excellent, the alchemist says as he scrolls feverishly in his ledger. Now pick another. You reach for the next jar. Are we going for this? Okay. The jar contains a collection of dried red beetles. Okay, let's pick another jar then. Malak left, the alchemist shouts as you return the jar to the shelf. Stop interfering with the experiments. We're trying to get 3 blues, I guess. Are you kidding me, game? Excellent balance of components, if I do say so myself. He remarks, looking at the purple mixture. Unfortunately, the emulsion is not entirely pure, and its integrity is quickly disappearing. You'd best drink it quick, he says, handing you the flask. Okay, can I keep this one? Yeah, discard this one. I want the food. Greetings, fellow traveler. A cheerful fellow chap in brilliant yellow surcoat passes you on the road one day. Let me tell you, your artwork is exquisite. I should know, I almost wore the exact same today. He pulls out a hefty scroll. I've been documenting every nook of cranny of beautiful land, and my soul is shaking with delight as the thought of sharing it with you. Let's go explore the wilds. Not that easy. The wilds are welcoming, their bounty plentiful. You find some lost equipment discarded on the path. Okay. Dark Thirst. Defeat 50 corrupted with that thing. I mean, okay. Ooh, a mask. Let's equip that. Slow swings. Let's continue on. Ah, there you are. You have a better shield.
You put in front of you so people don't hit you. I'm sure you can work it out.
Let's upgrade this. I can certainly improve this one. I'm heading to Berdan. Meet me there and the job will be done. Oh, if you bring another item to me... Oh, okay. Captain of Steel and Musketeers. Let's fight the Empire Brigadiers. This will be fun, right? It can also be incredibly deadly. Command foes on the head of those who are loud, bash, and fortunate. Captains wear armor that those standard weapons. Use bash to break it.
I'll have you know my friend here is still far better than you.
You would think that the hammer would bash a little bit of armor. Careful there. I hit his leg from his head down. Maybe. Okay, let's reroll these guys. It's not as fast as I wanted it to throw it, but okay. Lose your balance and slide, knocking an item into the bog, losing it forever. Ambush, couldn't change my equipment. That's fine, I hope. We have quite a lot of health right now. Now, this is a weapon that deals damage to corrupted, it seems. Look at how happy she is.
By sea and song, fate and fame!
Okay, Malaclips, be careful. Okay, thanks, Malaclips. Oh, you were the last one. Wonderful. Okay, some food. Some more food.
I would not risk my skin for mere treasure. You do as you see fit.
Okay, so this makes it a little bit slower, I
quickly,
see.
for
There you
haste
go.
breeds only failure.
You are both quick and nimble as you exit the cave safely.
The Empire has busily purged so many of the fantastic creatures from these lands, and yet they leave the gnomes.
Okay. We have to destroy the gnomes yet again. Well, we've seen gnomes before. They are weird looking. Though small in stature, these proud warriors will defend their forest homeland to the last. Just kick them once and they'll go away. The King's Road we go.
When even the fires of creation are destroyed, what new wonders can enter the world?
You spy a column of smoke in the distance. Wreckage stills across the road, alerts you to the fate of the traveling forge. You rush to the forge to find Anders sitting on the wooden stool amidst the debris, startled by an authorized OK. Ah, yes. Was hoping you'd find me here. Yogr Darkon ambushed the forge while I was traveling to Barden. I'm fine, he continues, staring up a little, and forge can be rebuilt. It's Ari that I'm worried about. She stormed off in range. Her heart is the right place, but I fear she's no match for Darkon by herself. I almost forgot, Smith continues. Probably need this. Okay, greed and... Wow, that's a lot of greed. Frost. Ah. Oh, do we have any one-handed weapons then? We have a shield. Oh, no good weapons, I'm afraid. Fine, I'm gonna equip this and the better shield. Gathering the defenses really is kind of difficult, isn't it?
I hope this works. Thank you.
Okay, he is dead. Wrong button there, no worries. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted you to do. Alrighty then, not bad defenses right there. Really, game? Gonna do this to me? Gain some fate at least. Another ambush, greedy bastards. It's fine, it's gonna be fine. Could be much worse.
By sea and sun, fate and fame.
Don't know if he hit me there. He did. Still waiting for that. Wow, this is actually kind of annoying as hell. Okay. Thanks for the shoot, dude. Could have come in handy a little bit earlier there. Okay, okay. A little bit of food. Exploding doodag. Ask for a bomb artifact. The goblin considers his helping pile of bombs and then looks to you. No. Well, guess I'm gonna take the health. We must seek out here out Vale, their need. 15 food. That's exactly how much I have. Okay, let's pay the price. The ogre places the book down, and with a mighty push of the stone door rolls open. A narrow tunnel takes you deep below the earth, opening into a vast limestone cavern. Twinkling on the edge of an underground lake lies a small shantied town. Red lanterns linger in the quiet streets. Malaclypse leads on. Welcome to underneath. Coins lay since the bothersome Empire edict. We've had to hide away in places like this. This used to be a quiet hub of activity, but now he surveys the silent streets grimly. I guess the Empire is increasing its forces. Few mages eye you suspiciously as they pass by. Should we go to the tavern? Now let's go with find Malaclypse's contact, Ira. Malaclypse leads the way through the dim, lonely streets to Ira's house. You can hear screams coming from within. A woman in the robes adorned with silver ornaments greets you at the door. Merc said he would come, begging for help, regardless you are late. Malaclypse bows his grin. I have illness. I'm hoping to purchase a cure. Ira and Vale frown for pit, before nodding and letting you into her house. You enter a sitting room and secure the wailing in the maid chair. A man is locked in a cage, crying in fever agony. Sores of corruption fester on his body. Without warning, she opens the cage and the man rushes at you. With a surprising strength, Ira subdues the mad, writhing creatures. This is the mage Kohem. He thought he could fight off the corruption, but he could not. Ira watched Malaclypse carefully as Kohem's cries get more and more guttural. What should I do with him? The bard looks away, disgusted, and fear on his face. He appeared close to pausing out. What will you do? Should I kill him? I don't know. I'm gonna toss a Rio die and decide. 1, 2, and 3 are gonna kill him. 4, 5, and 6 keep him locked. It's a 4. Keep him locked. She throws the creature back into the cage and locks the iron gate. Then you wait. Malaclypse makes a feeble joke about going to get some candle buns to show, but withering glance from Ira convince him to stay. The imprisoned mage begins to deteriorate quickly, and stores of corruption spread across the body. The blood begins to pour from the mouth. As he throws himself in the cage, for the umpteenth time. Umpteenth, okay? You know no shard of humanity remains. Ira flings the enchanted shard of ice from his hand into the corrupted mage's throat, killing him instantly. You're too weak, she glances at Malaclypse, who is staring wide-eyed at the dead mage. The both of you. With That dealt with, Ira begins tinkering in the table's drawer with a deck of shiny things. I do have a cure. As you know, nothing comes free with your kind. She traps silver dust from the bottle, saves the stolen mage's children for me. I'll give you the cure then.
Well done.
Those Empire bastards have taken them to some walled fort in the docks of the city. And you better hurry, Ira smiled at Malaklips. The onus can't be held at bay for much longer, I'd wager. The bard avoided her gaze. Okay, let's ask how Ira knows Malaklips. He was my lover when I was young and stupid, Ira says, matter-of-factly. Nonsense, Malaklips shouted. Why am I alluring at all ages? You'd be glad to have me still. Ira gives Malaklips a severe look, and he bows cowardly in his seat. And you better hurry, Ira smiles at Malaklips. The illness can't be held at bay for much longer. What illness? Ira laughs. He hasn't told you, then it's not my place to say, but know this, friend of Malaklips. If he doesn't find a cure soon, you're in a grave danger. Nonsense! Malaklips stands, unstoppering a wine bottle, nervously. You better hurry, Ira smiles at Malaklips. That illness can't be held at bay forever. Okay, we actually had this. Malaklips breathes in the heady scent of berry wine, smoke and feathers. Ah, the devil's ears. My home away from home. Pulls out a lute and leaves the stand with a pretty bartender. She tries her best to ignore him. You survey the bar. A group of berry ogres crowd into a small table. Meanwhile, a giant fleshy eyeball floats by the window. Let's approach the ogres. The ogres are arguing jovially about winnings. They seem to be caught up in some kind of a dice gambling game. Ask to play? The largest ogre throws you a dice and pulls out a shimmering scroll containing a blessing you're paying for. Roll 18 and this spoiled scroll will grant you. This game isn't very fair. The ogres bristle. One grips his club menacingly. As he raises his height to 2 men, you're quickly reminded that you are dealing with ogres here. Let's buy them a round of meat. Okay, let's try this. For 14. Ah, so I'm... Okay, let's approach the floating eye. The creature chuckles as flashy Strible's eye doubly shakes heartily. The creature's eye is no larger than the driftwood and difficult to tell what it is looking at. Is it looking at you or something behind you? It's a slow, circling dance, the creature humming an old harvest song as a while. For some indeterminate amount of time, the dance ends. Ah, the creature signs. That took me back to my youth. Let's give you this. It inspects the equipment. Yes, this will be a lovely addition to my collection. Oh yeah. Among the abandoned stalls, you find an ancient-looking shop. Leo's Ordman's used stores direction. You know what? Let's just leave underneath. Ira and Vale find you again, just as you begin to ascend. Mao, the bard turns around. You catch a glimpse of hope in his eyes. She avoids his gaze. Take the children to Madman. Oh, to the Madman, near Frostford. They run an orphanage. I fear it no longer safe here.
The damage will persist unless you can find a meal to relieve yourself.
Mist pools in the foothill as you approach the ogre's lair. Bones of fallen champions litter the way back. Cleaned by vultures, their weapons lay here, and they are rustled by a damp of twisted and weathered. Catch up to Andrun as charged through the hillside. In her hands are carried massive maces, its face fashioned from the Traveler Forge anvil. Let us see how he likes it when my forge fights back. This place gives me the creeps, Malaclypse says between breaths. Trust you have your finest armor equipped, coinage slave. I don't want to repeat what happened last time. This is no time for caution, Andr says, pushing past. Let me at that beast. No one destroys my father's forge and continues to draw breath. She stops to let out a roar. Where are you, monster? The silhouette of the ogre looms out in the mist. He rises a club above his head and leaps down from his perch, smashing the ground in front of you. The poor foe came happy to their depths. He grins, displaying a mouth of yellow jagged teeth. Crunch, 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 the little wagon went. Danced the bones sing as beautifully. A deer Ariden bellows in defiance and charges her foe. Draknar swings his club wildly, catching Malaclypse and sending them flying. Then he swings at me. With surprising dexterity, Arden leaps to your aid, taking the blow for your stead. Battered, she crumbles to the ground at your feet. There was no way you'd be able to take a blow of that magnitude in this armor, she huffs, blood spluttering from her mouth. But I'm afraid I won't be much help now. Draknar rolls and charges into battle. Okay, I'm not sure what I was supposed to do here. I do have a shield, I do have a sword, and I do have my armor. And a helmet, though I guess I need a better helmet. My, you're ugly, aren't you? Even amongst ogres, Draknar is feared. Once he was a leader amongst his kind, but those days are long gone. The ogre's thick hide reduces damage by 4, making low damage weapons less effective. Beware, the club deals devastating damage. Evade or perish. Okay, my evade didn't work there. Goodbye, Draknar. Yeah, it was Draknar. When the ogre defeated, you help Adrin and Malaclypse to their feet. Then you see it shining under a pile of blooded rags, a small bone. Half of Idria's charm. The two halves of Idria's charm slide together, and with a rush of relief you feel the curse lifted.
Every butcher understands how best to cleave flesh from bone.
Creates an aura that lasts 60 seconds. While active, gain 1 food for every enemy defeated, excluding undead, powerful combat item with limited number of uses. With a shout of joy, Adrin lifts her hammer to the sky. Whoa, now that was exhilarating. We brought down Draknar, the mighty. We're bloody heroes. Adrin runs a hand over her hammer. She seems reluctant to let this moment go. Say, you don't need some extra muscle in your throat, do you?
And so you gather more tools, and with each step, more power.
Battered helmet. for befriending Ariadne. 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 Is it Ariadne? Whatever. Ariadne. For convincing Gira to help Melaclips. Gain one more card.
Think. Do not continue to fail me. I have need of your greatest efforts.
I'll get them later. It's getting harder to get those achievements. Right then, that was Strength. Next we have the Hermit, the Wheel, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, and of course, Temperance. Which one we will choose? Well, join me next time to find out. Thank you all for joining. Have a nice day.